Marshmallow Fanboy back with another review. This time I'm doing 5 figures from the Masters of the Universe Masterverse series, Revelation. Now the first 4 are Revelation figures. The next one is a new one from Revolution. I got the 2 up front at a comic book store on Black Friday, I think, or shortly thereafter. But they were 2 from the very first wave. I think it was the very first wave had Mossman, and maybe the second wave had Stinkor, if I'm remembering it correctly. But I never got them because they weren't sort of around very much, and I kind of didn't need them, and so I skipped them. But at $10 each, I couldn't resist them. Of course, Mossman. I don't know if I should do spoilers. But I think that Revelation has been out enough that people... You know what? The whole review is going to be kind of spoiler-filled, so you can just go ahead and skip it if you don't want to know. But Mossman dies kind of early on, so he's in for like 1 episode. And he's important, but he dies pretty quick. And then, I think he's in 1 flashback or so, and Stinkor is in 1 scene of 1 episode. So I didn't need these guys. The second 2, these are in the old packaging, which is nice. Really nice artwork on the sides. Just amazing artwork on the back. Would have been great to have cards of these guys, but no cards. Just fine. And then I got these 2 from Big Bad Toy Store. That came in my last shipment of pile of loot. Skeletor, the Horde version, and Prince Adam. Skeletor, the Horde version. I'm not sure if the Horde version was from the very end of Revelation, where he comes back to the kind of the mountain and discovers that the Horde is taking it over, or if this is... Because I don't remember if the Horde is the techno virus thing that is prevalent at the end of the series. I'm pretty sure it is. I'm pretty sure this is Skeletor, this version of Skeletor from the very, very end when he's sort of taken over by the Horde. I'm not absolutely sure. Take that for what it is. And now it's a cool full body image of Skeletor, which is cool, and then a different image on the back. Let me see if that was different for Mossman. Let's see, he's lumbering that. Yeah, 2 different versions. Okay. So the 2 pictures is common. And let's see. Got Skeletor and Webstore and Prince Adam and Clamchamp is in my pile of loot. Let's see here. And then Prince Adam, he has kind of the carefree expression and the serious expression with the sword. He has this sword. That sword that's in there looks transparent. I'm not sure what that's about, and this one looks solid. I can't remember what part of the series where maybe the sword was translucent or sort of powered like that. Or maybe that's the transformation sword. Maybe it turns clear and it's meant to sort of simulate how it is when he holds the sword and recites the, I have the power. It's a very cool picture. I can almost hear the rock guitar going when he's doing that. And last but not least is Sorceress Teela from Revolution. Revolution, of course, the new Netflix series. I don't know when it's coming out exactly. It's January 2024 as of this recording, so I'm not sure, but at the very end of Revelation, Teela becomes the sorceress. So in Revolution, it makes sense that she continues on as the sorceress. And we're getting a figure to reflect that. I don't think that we got a... I think we got 3... I think we got 2 Teela figures. Teela as sort of away from Eternia, and Teela when she was a guard in Eternia. I don't think we've gotten a Sorceress Teela in any of the lines, which is fine because the only line that she becomes a sorceress in is Revelation or Revolution. But we got one in Revolution, so very cool. So I'm gonna bust all of these open. Let me look at her art first. Wow, this is new packaging. It's cool. There's a great image here on the side and the head. You turn that back and let's see. I have everything except Skeletor. I wasn't interested in that version of Skeletor, but I'll be reviewing Man-at-Arms and Trapjaw up next, probably. So, these are 5 figures that are really cool. Oh, it doesn't have the name. So if you filed this in a bookshelf or something, you wouldn't know who it was except by the portrait. But it's not possible to sort of discern whether that's the Sorceress or Teela Sorceress just from the portrait. So that's too bad that you're kind of losing that that continuity, as it were. But I am going to open all 5 of these and take a closer look. Okay, now that they're all out of the package, let's take a closer look at Masterverse Revelation and, of course, the Sorceress Teela from Revolution. Let's start with some of the accessories. I have in their hands most of the accessories. Like Stinkor came with an extra head, the gas mask head, and sort of a more traditional armor with a more traditional head. Mossman came with, well, let me see, I was on accessories. So Skeletor, I'm going to adjust that. Skeletor has 2 extra pair of hands, and of course the staff. Stinkor has an alternate portrait and 2 extra hands. And the shield. He's holding the shield right there. And Mossman comes with a vine that you can plug into him as one of the hands, but he comes with also 2 sets of alternate hands. So you probably could have seen that without me picking that up. So 2 sets of alternate hands. Sorceress comes with, of course, the staff and 2 alternate hands. And Prince Adam, I put the regular sword in his hand. I also put the laughing, smiling portrait on him. And he comes with the head that he had in the package, which is sort of this regular sort of stoic head. He also comes with 2 alternate hands, and he comes with the sparkling sword, which I'm guessing now that I see it close up and it's sparkling is the sword during the transformation, which is super cool. So let's go over some of the fine details of these figures. Let's start with, let's go left to right on this. So let's go with Horde Skeletor first. Horde Skeletor comes with the staff, which is sort of standard for him. He has this, I'm not sure if the ridges are new. The see-through transparent skull could be a kind of a recast with a transparent plastic in it, but it's very cool nonetheless. On his hood, it comes with this sort of the hood is sort of this material. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's kind of yeah, that material, kind of a Marvel Comics superhero material on the hood. It doesn't translate to the fabric. Of course, I'm glad that this was sculpted and this was the way that it is, and it's very, very cool, and it doesn't get in the way. If it was sort of a molded, not molded, but if it was sort of the fabric hood, you might have to fight with it a little bit. But molded means it's always perfect where it is. As far as the cape goes, it's kind of an overlapping. Looks like there's a little thing here. I don't know if that comes off, but it looks like it sort of comes around this way, then drops straight down. But there's also some material kind of, it overlaps sort of inside, so you can see it here. And then there's this loop of plastic that drapes right over his head. So I'm not sure how exactly it lays or how it's kind of constructed. It might be that it is kind of bolted together here by this piece of material. There's also kind of a thing here. It looks like this is Velcro, maybe? Yeah, I think it's Velcro. I don't want to take that off. I don't like my chances of ever getting it back on again. But this has the sort of marks that the staff does, the sort of jagged material, or jagged pattern, rather. And of course, the Skeletor logo, red and black, and it's got the Horde logo right on his chest. So if you did take off the cloak, it would look really cool with that Horde logo on there. And of course, the regular Skeletor armor, just in a different, instead of the skull, the Hordax symbol, or the Horde symbol rather, black and red throughout. Just a really cool figure. I'm looking forward to Revolution to see what happens and to see more of this Skeletor. But for now, this is a really cool figure. Stinkor looks real close to the original, real close to the Origins version with the orange armor. His alternate head is more for the cartoon. I don't remember if he ever wore this armor, but he was definitely sort of skulking around with this. I like that half sort of dazed expression on his face. Kind of the eyes are closed a little bit. Looks a little evil, like he's going at it with Teela again. But he's got the shield. The shield was easy to put on. It's little, like it was in the vintage line. It's got 2 canisters, and the canisters are sealed in, as best as I can tell. Yeah, those aren't coming out, or they might come out. I don't know. But there is clasps over here and over here where you could take this armor off of him and you could display him just as he was in the cartoon. But I am happy to have this version because it might not be cartoon accurate, but it's really close to what the original cartoon was, and of course real close to what the original figure looked like. Stinkor has really cool paint, the fur and everything. He doesn't have the odor feature that the other one had, but it's cool that he has the canisters. It's kind of mysterious what's he got on, or maybe the cartoon answered that, but it was maybe the second episode or something. So I don't really, and it's been a while since I've seen it, so I don't really remember what the deal was. But that is Stinkor. He's a cool character. He was the second wave, I think. And I passed on him because he doesn't appear very frequently. And as far as Stinkor goes, I was more into the Origins line back then. And I was hoping to get Stinkor in the I either was hoping to get Stinkor in the Origins line, or I had already gotten Stinkor in the Origins line. Of course, Mossman, I think, is one of the first to die in the series, so we don't get to know him very well, but he returns as kind of a spectral ally, as sort of a spirit, and I think maybe not New Eternia, but whatever that alternate Eternia is that they wake up into, where all the He-Men have gone. I can't remember. I don't remember much about Revelation. That's embarrassing. I probably should have rewatched it during the pandemic. Or did it come out during the pandemic? I'm not absolutely sure. Anyway, Mossman is cool. He's not as tall as you would like him to be, but if you stand him up straight, he's pretty tall. Meh. I mean, middle tall. Not really that tall. Yeah, still taller than Skeletor, so we're good. Mossman should be large. He's very much a tree. So the paint apps on this thing are really cool. The different greens, the browns, the way that it looks flocked, even though it's not. It's really cool because the original, of course, was flocked. That was kind of the glamour. Little leaf sticking out of him. Just really cool details. He's definitely the Swamp Thing of Masters of the Universe. Got a little leaf standing out here. Just some protuberances. Just gonna stick it out. He's got the giant root system feet, which is very cool. He's just a super cool figure. I probably should have gotten him, but you can't really, you can't beat $10. I mean, you can. I'm sure some of you have found him at a flea market or something for $5 or something, but He was wave 1. He was super cool. And that's Mossman. Sorceress Teela has the staff, which is very cool. No color hits to the staff, just the one color for the staff. But it's a very cool kind of spectral staff. Of course, for somebody with so much power, it's probably, meant to be the staff how it looks when it's in use, maybe. But either way, it is essential for the sorceress to have, and it's super cool. As far as Teela goes, the I can't speak to the how accurate the details are and everything, but I don't know what this is called. The kind of the dress around the waist is gummy. It has a really soft plastic that I don't think I've seen another figure use before, but it's flexible so that you can bend her legs and you can see the material just flows with it and gets out of the way. It's just really cool. And then of course the cape is sort of a very, very thin material, very, very thin, but it's very cool. It's like an overlay, and that's really cool. She just looks really regal, very like she's like a queen, but a queen of sorcery. That was an awkward sentence. That was a weird sentence. But it's a really cool figure. It does everything you kind of want it to do. It's very Teela in the kind of the armor, the guard's armor and the gauntlets and everything. But it's very sorceress and sort of the kind of the amulet and sort of the symbology in the cape and the staff. It's really cool. I can't wait to see what they do in Revolution. Can't wait to watch that series whenever that comes out. Maybe they've already released a release date, but I'm not absolutely certain of that. So that leaves us with one last figure. I know all of you at once are going, "Oh man, there's one more figure." Yeah, Prince Adam. Prince Adam, a very cool figure. Prince Adam, of course, becomes He-Man, and he's the underestimated kid who, at the beginning of Revelation, when He-Man dies, that's when Teela finds out that Prince Adam has been He-Man all along, and it's that betrayal that sends her out of Eternia and onto her own path. And of course, by the time she reunites with everybody and she's back on track, she's back to take over as sorceress. So we don't get a lot of Prince Adam because we didn't get a lot of He-Man in this season, but in Revolution, I'm guessing we get a lot of both. So let's go through it. I put the laughing, smiling expression, which I really liked, because, he's supposed to be a carefree kid. He's supposed to be sort of, "Oh, ha ha, I'm in disguise, ha ha." And it's a very kind of cartoon accurate depiction of that laugh. His belt is a little off center. I don't know if I can twist that back to center. It looks like I can. It looks like the belt is something that is has a little bit of give to it, the belt. Of course, the vest, the old vest was the flimsy material like the sorceress's cape. But this is a really nice rubbery plastic. It's the same sort of rubbery plastic that they used for the sorceress's dress. I'm going with dress. So the shading is really nice on the boots. They have the black stripe where the kind of the leather bands come down, or whatever it is on top of the boot. Maybe the boot is leather and the straps are different colored leather. Anyway, the boots have a different brown than the cuff does, hanging down. The vest looks like it's at least two different colors, kind of one around the edges and one inside. And the white is just a white on that. And the hair looks like there's two shades. It looks like kind of an orangish yellow and a yellow are in the hair. But it looks really good. It looks really authentic. It's Prince Adam. It's very cool. So those are the 5 figures that I'm opening today. Horde version of Skeletor over there. Stinkor, Mossman, Sorceress Teela, and Prince Adam. So I'm excited for the new season of He-Man and hoping that we get a lot more He-Man. I was happy with Revelation, but I'm really excited for Revolution to see a He-Man cut loose a little bit. So until next time, enjoy your toys.